Okay, welcome guys for a quick look around the market here. We're focusing right away on the PLTR Palantir earnings that just came in, and yeah, it's an interesting one. It really is. I mean, I only got a few stocks, wish I had more, so I'm a holder, but it came in at 0.13, so right on estimates, which is pretty good. Reported right where it was at estimated surprise, plus 1%. So biggest takeaway is the stock is now down after hours, so be aware of that. We're down. It was down 7%. Now it's down 5%. It was up initially by a few percent, so it's it's flip flopping a little bit. We'll see how it progresses here towards the end of the night, and then overnight into the pre markets. But definitely down right now. I think the biggest takeaway I see on social, on X primarily, of course, FinX, slowing down a little bit, as you can see, this past growth here since Q3 of 23. So it's had a tremendous past 6 quarters. And then now we're finally kind of flattening slightly, 0.13. Alex Karp's letter was really good, some very good positive message in his letter. He doesn't really care what the street says about their financials. He knows that it's good. It's all about the company, the mission, the ethos, what drives Palantir, and why it's doing so well. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this one. May have to buy the dip tomorrow if we see a significant pullback on PLTR down to the one. I mean, where do you buy in again, though? It's been overly valued since the $60 here. Technically speaking, most people saw this mark here as reasonable. Valuations matter at some point, right? But I didn't stay here. My plan was to buy in at this point when it dropped lower into the 60s and the 50s. But it was here for all but a minute, April 25th. Let's just do this real quick. Yeah. It was here by less than a day, not even a day. Yeah. 9:30 in the morning. It just took off like a bullet right back up into the 70s. I kind of thought this retest here would pull us back down a little bit. Hindsight's 2020. Should have bought this no matter what, but no one knew it was going to ascend so quickly back up to the 120 range. Dan Ives just said it's probably going to be a $1 trillion market cap in a few years, so just be aware of that. It's currently at 291. He thinks it's going to be 1 trillion or more in a few years. So he's thinking we're going to see some exponential growth to the upside. I don't know if that makes sense. No one does. No valuations make sense anymore. It's just one of these fun stories where a lot of retail bought in this range. I wish I did too, of course, but wasn't quite there at that level. I heard about it when I was here in the 20s or the rising 30s. This is where I kind of like heard about it at this level. But right here, people were saying, be careful. It's already doubled and tripled in value. And it just took off on a monstrous roar. So, yeah, we're just excited for them. Good earnings. Happy for that. What a fun day. And then finally, we wanted to jump over to HIMS real quick. HIMS had their earnings report. I think it was fantastic as well. Currently up a little bit in the pre-market, not doing too bad. And you can see the data here as well. HIMS is just 6 months, 93%, year to date, 70%, 1 year, 5 years. So HIMS is definitely a company you want to maybe sprinkle in, of course. So market cap's $9.3 billion. And their earnings was good. Jump that real quick. So plus 65%. Q4 was down 3%. Definitely a nice trend. So we'll probably see some love for HIMS come in the next week or two. I'd be expecting that to catapult on pretty well. And definitely leading an industry of healthcare and pills and diversifying their portfolio quite a bit. I'll probably dive in more later on this, but all in all, reported 0.20, estimated 0.19. That's a very, very good return for HIMS. And then finally, we're going to keep this short and sweet. I just want to touch on a few important things like PLTR and HIMS. Per Jeremy has $250,000 riding on HIMS. Shay says sales outlook 3.9 versus 3.7. That's good. Q2's good numbers, yeah, definitely strong numbers, but not astronomical, not pushing up to the stratosphere like it was. It's still technically overvalued by a significant amount. I think it's trading at 4p at 552 P ratio, that's huge. That's why people have a hard time with it. That's why institutional investors don't know if they want to really get involved, because retail was so early and now it's just so expensive. Can they justify that the next year or 2 or 3? Will retail take profits and it crash down a bit to the 70s? We just don't know. I mean, the boat sailed, but maybe not out in the middle of the ocean just yet. Let's go back here real quick. And finally, I just want to look at a few last ones real quick. It's important to check in our Bitcoin. I'm really enjoying the Bitcoin. I'm buying in more and more as time goes on. And I think there's going to be a huge future for Bitcoin holders. And we had a nice pump up here the past few months because of the COVID lows. Which I can make that automatically stay up there. Most people are predicting it's going to stay in the 92, 93 range, and expecting it to rally on this summer, basically because of the M2 money supply. And like that, I want to see if we can do an auto fib retracement real quick. I'm not sure this kind of helps, but you can sort of see where we are. It's currently just sitting in that zone right here, 94. We may see a push on even higher. At time I could probably pull up the M2 money supply. I need to tweak these a little bit. It's a bit too messy. But as you can see, looking at that kind of range. So most people kind of see the dot 0.68 as a real fantastic sweet spot. It kind of got close there. It definitely went over it, and then it's pulled back a little bit. So where do we go from here? I think it's going to follow the M2 money supply, like we've been looking at on different people's charts and different works. But I just want to show it real quick where it is today and where it's sitting. Let me see if I can pull up that M2 Global Liquidity Index. Must be it. Forget how I did this last time, but yeah, I need to overlay that. But anyway, the Global Liquidity Index is pushing higher, which is, of course, having Bitcoin typically follows that. Not perfectly, but you will see correlation with that. I may have bookmarked it, actually. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. It's been a long day. Show me all bookmarks. Some other silly stuff. Michael Saylor buying more, of course. Here it is. Average Bitcoin of Bitcoin. No, that's fine. Anyway, some research for y'all. M2 money supply. Oh, there it is. Perfect. I knew bookmarked it. This is the M2 money supply, and we're currently now $94,000. So it's sitting here. Okay, it doesn't follow it perfectly, but it follows a good general trend. This is where most Bitcoin bulls and purists, they're calling this summertime to see Bitcoin up 150, 160, this range on that, and we'll see how that plays out. VU's back at 517, 517. We're definitely having a nice recovery from those massive lows, and I think we're up like 17% from those lows. So currently only down about 2 or 3%. So definitely having a fantastic pullback. This was a really good dip to buy, 7% down. The low was what, 21%? Yeah, so this was a really good buy, and I was definitely buying. Yeah, there we go. You got it right, 17%. So we were buying I was buying all the way down, kind of pretty much buying, and then bought some more down here, of course, when it kind of capitulated, and hopefully we'll kind of stay there, and it'll rise higher. If it drops more, definitely gonna buy some more. But anyway, that's it. So I'll cover those few things and keep it short and sweet. Wish you all a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.